Actually, just yesterday, he was waiting for me at the MRT platform. There was an old Chinese lady sitting near him. Then the old Chinese lady was like she kept staring at me. Hi, I'm Ashley.
I'm Rihan.
And we've been together for 4+ years.
I'm Shereen.
Hi, I'm Isi.
And we've been together for over 2 years. And we met on a dating app.
Hi, I'm Shavik.
I'm Amanda.
And we've been together for 10 years. We met in secondary school.
Hi, I'm Preston.
I'm Lini.
We've been together for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And we met on a dating app.
Is this your first/only interracial relationship?
This is my first ever relationship lah, so that answers the question. Yeah.
I've been in an interracial relationship before, once, and I think that it isn't my criteria, but I think I'm just more attracted to Indian girls.
Now better be only me.
First interracial relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. I think for me, I don't really have a preference. I don't really see like race as a factor that I would limit myself to. When I met her, it's just like meeting anyone else lah.
Yes, it is. For both of us actually.
Yeah, our first relationship. I guess what we both prioritize is the chemistry. Like if you're able to have good conversations with a person, like you're able to vibe with them, I guess it's more important like compared to race.
How the person is, their personality, and as well as their character. These kind of things actually speak a lot louder than just merely someone's race.
It's my first and only relationship I ever had in my life. So my first and last. We're gonna get married this year in November.
No one asked.
So good luck. Good luck to us.
I think when I'm younger, then yeah, I probably have a criteria or a preference, I would say. I actually said to a lot of my friends last time that I would never date a Malay. After that, no lah, it's more of like personality, like how you guys can vibe together.
What would you say is the most difficult part about dating someone from a different race?
I feel like if you go to like, let's say, Chinese restaurant, and then when you eat, the people will like stare at you. But as time goes by, I don't really care how they look at me. Like those maybe older generations, they will have the thought like, wow, this girl cannot find a nice guy from our race. She wanna go find a different race.
But I think our generation, they are more open now because when we go out, we actually see quite a lot of interracial couples nowadays. So I feel like it's becoming a bit more normal now.
I guess it'll be religion because I'm more of a free thinker. Meanwhile, he is a Muslim. Definitely, we've had a lot of talks about this. It's very, very important to have a lot of open conversation.
We basically have different backgrounds, different traditions, different cultures. When we meet each other's families for the first time, it's quite eye-opening experience. Other than that, actually, the challenges that we face are the same as any other couple, regardless of race. It really depends on how much the other person is willing to accept. In this case, I'm lucky because you are, and I am as well.
I feel that different races grow up differently. When I first came over to his house, I got a few culture shock. They have dinner together every day together at the table. And like for me, it's like, that does not happen. It's not like a must. I think it's just the different culture,
For me personally, I feel that it will be the parents. Sometimes parents, they want the best for their children. They do have a certain person in mind that they want the child to find.
I guess parents' expectations also.
Do your family and friends or people around you approve of your relationship?
Safe to say our friend groups and our families have been accepting.
There are some people who might have the stigma, but I think we've both come to the consensus that as long as the people who matter most to us do not mind, then we are good to go. I feel that the Muslim community is actually a lot more strict about these kinds of matters. There's a lot more at stake than just simply dating someone for most people of my community. Actually, it really depends on the person. So for example, for my family, because they're not very strict, right? The moment Ashley came over for the first time, they were very quick to accept. Because I think they also share the same mindset whereby the person's character actually carries more weight than someone's race or someone's beliefs or traditions.
We started dating within the clique. Friends start to be against it. I'm not sure why. I don't think it's the interracial part.
We just basically don't know why.
We were outcasted by that clique. All in all, it turned out to be very well. 10 years down the road, I'm still here. I'm still here with her. You shouldn't worry about what people think back then because it's not relevant. As long as you put your relationship first and you commit to it, there will be no problem. Family, of course, I don't think they approve it. I hope that they grow to eventually accept that love is love and you have to understand that
I think a lot of Chinese family
Chinese
they'll be
family.
like, oh my god, you cannot eat pork already, like this and that like I don't know, they somehow think like, wow, we're gonna become a whole
new person.
New person, which is a bit funny lah. I mean, no, we are not.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for us,
Thankfully.
the good thing is that none of our parents have any strong objections with our relationship. You know, our friends
Very
Yeah,
supportive.
very supportive. They took
Yeah.
it very well.
When I told my family, I think they were very shocked because like my whole family hasn't been like a Chinese man or girl that's been in my household or like family line. So I'm like the first one. They were like, whoa, okay. But other than that, they were very supportive. My grandma was like, oh, good for you.
Yeah, I think for my mom, to her, it was more of just like, do what you want, as long as you're happy. Whatever floats my boat, and she'll be supportive of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
think that's-
family is also like
I'm
that.
very grateful for that. Yeah.
My dad says that like your romantic life is something that your family shouldn't meddle in.
Tell our parents that.
Different dynamics.
Yeah, different
Every
dynamics.
family has
Really
different
different dynamics.
When I first introduced her to my parents, they're pretty open. They were actually very, very welcoming.
From his side, everyone approves. My side, my parents don't know yet. Only my siblings know. Maybe I think I have the thought like, because one is like a different race. I really don't know what their reaction would be. Maybe I'll wait for the 3-year mark. No, I mean, how long can I hide this for, right?
When the time comes, then yeah, we will know.
Yeah.
She will know. Yeah.
As long as my siblings don't rat me out, it's fine.
Do you feel there's a stigma regarding interracial relationships in Singapore?
I would say maybe in the past, but now, you know, with our generation, we are a more accepting and open-minded society. But maybe if it's people from older generations, they might not feel so comfortable with it. Like sometimes when we are out together, I will sometimes like catch the old aunties and uncles like doing a double take or like staring at us extra long. Actually, just yesterday, he was waiting for me at the MRT platform. There was an old Chinese lady sitting near him. Then the old Chinese lady was like she kept staring at me. But then, given that we've been together for 4 years already, we're kind of accustomed to it.
One of our hobbies initially when we got together, right, was to spot other interracial couples, and then we'll say panda.
Definitely, people have their own views. People have their own perception, everything. At least for the people that I have talked to and we have interacted with, their mindset on interracial relationships are not that traditional.
I think the older generation are a bit more uptight about it. The younger generation like don't really care, honestly. Like it's just like love who you want.
I think for our generation, not really. I would say maybe the older generations they would have lah, cause you know back in the past it's like you know Chinese married Chinese, then you just marry each other's race, and maybe back then if you were to get into an interracial relationship, you know everyone like talk behind your back like wow, you know why this guy, why this girl do this do that.
Advice for individuals who are going through troubles in an interracial relationship.
What I always tell people is, it's the same as any other relationship. Sometimes you need to know what you actually want before you jump into an interracial relationship, and sometimes you need to know what your expectations and your boundaries before you step into one.
And in this case, when it comes to culture, their beliefs, their expectations and everything, you have to be able to willing to accept it lah. Good way that y'all can overcome this is communication. Because if you don't tell your partner that this is what you expect out of it, you can't just expect them to know out of nowhere, especially when their culture is totally different.
Take charge, you know.
Be firm.
Yeah, be firm. I believe that if your relationship is like really strong, eventually the parents will see it. Like they'll be like, oh, okay, they really love each other, so they will like slowly over time they will put their disapproval aside lah, and slowly accept the relationship.
For me, I would say just go back to basics. Remember that like relationships are all just built on the same few principles like govern every relationship. So having trust, learning to love the other person, and learning how to love yourself as well is very important.
Don't feel pressured by what other people say, essentially, because it's not like they're dating your partner, you are dating your partner.
I think it's also very important to see where your priorities lie in life. Let's say in the scenario where your parents are truly against this relationship, you need to take a step back and realize what you truly want for yourself. Because even though it's not easy, just like every other great relationship is quite fulfilling. Especially when you get to learn about an entire other culture.
Yes.
Thank you for watching this episode of Couples Answer.
Please remember to like, share and subscribe.
And we'll see you again next time.
Bye!